Have you ever wondered what lurks in the deepest, most remote corners of our planet? What secrets lie hidden within the vast, untamed wilderness of our national parks? For decades, an unsettling pattern of disappearances has been quietly unfolding, a phenomenon so strange and consistent that it defies easy explanation. These aren't just ordinary cases of people getting lost. They represent a deeply disturbing mystery, often referred to as Missing 411. A term coined by former police officer David Polides, who meticulously documented thousands of these baffling cases. Imagine a toddler vanishing in an instant from a family campsite, despite being surrounded by relatives. Picture an experienced hiker disappearing from a well-traveled trail, only for their belongings to be found neatly stacked miles away in terrain they couldn't possibly have reached. These are the kinds of stories that populate the Missing 411 files. Cases that leave search and rescue teams, law enforcement, and families grasping for answers that never come. The patterns that emerge are what make these cases so profoundly chilling. One of the most common and perplexing elements is the weather. Time and again, a person disappears, just as a sudden, inexplicable storm rolls in, hampering search efforts and erasing any potential tracks or evidence. It's as if the weather itself becomes an accomplice, a curtain drawn across the scene to conceal what truly happened. Search teams equipped with the latest technology and trained dogs often report that the scent trail simply stops cold, as if the person was lifted straight up into the air. The dogs become confused, whining and circling in one spot before giving up entirely. This isn't a rare occurrence. It's a recurring detail in numerous cases, spanning different parks, states, and even countries. How can a person, whether a small child or a fit adult, simply cease to leave a trace in the middle of a forest? Then there's the bizarre discovery of clothing. In many instances, the missing person is eventually found, but they are either partially or completely unclothed, even in freezing conditions. Their clothes are sometimes found miles away from their body, neatly folded or placed in a conspicuous spot. This defies all logical understanding of survival instincts. Hypothermia can induce a phenomenon known as paradoxical undressing, where a person feels hot and removes their clothes. However, this doesn't explain how clothing ends up meticulously folded, or how a person could travel vast distances over rugged, punishing terrain without shoes or proper gear. The locations themselves add another layer to the mystery. Many disappearances cluster around specific geographic features, such as boulder fields, granite formations, and berry patches. It's often in these areas that people are last seen, picking berries or resting near a large rock, only to vanish without a sound. The people who go missing often fit strange profiles. They are frequently the very young or the elderly, the most vulnerable among us. However, an equally significant number are incredibly fit, experienced outdoorsmen and hunters, people who know the wilderness like the back of their hand. These individuals are the least likely candidates to get lost, yet they disappear just as completely as a curious toddler. Many victims also have some form of physical disability or are feeling unwell right before they vanish, adding another strange commonality to the profile. The sheer distances involved are perhaps the most mind-bending aspect. Small children, barely able to walk, have been found an astonishing number of miles away from where they were last seen, areas that would have been impossible for them to traverse. They are often discovered in high inaccessible locations, steep mountainsides, or deep within dense, thorny thickets that would have shredded an adult, let alone a small child. When these children are found alive, they are often calm and unable to explain how they got there or what happened to them during their time away. They might mention a big fuzzy animal or a nice lady who gave them berries, but their accounts are fragmented and dreamlike, offering no solid clues. When an adult is found, their story is often just as bewildering. They might have no memory of the missing time, or their last recollection is of a strange silence descending upon the forest, a feeling of being watched, or an overwhelming, inexplicable urge to walk in a certain direction, away from the safety of the trail. Consider the case of a young boy who vanished from his family's campsite in a mountainous region. An enormous search effort was launched, combing every inch of the surrounding area. Days later, he was found alive, but over a dozen miles away across 2 mountain ranges, at an elevation thousands of feet higher than where he started. He was barefoot, and his feet were pristine, showing no signs of the brutal journey he would have had to endure. He simply said a bear had taken care of him. But no tracks, no scents, and no evidence of any such animal were ever found. What could possibly account for these impossible journeys? The official explanations often fall short. Animal attacks are usually ruled out, as there are rarely signs of a struggle or the kind of physical evidence a large predator would leave behind. Getting lost and succumbing to the elements doesn't explain the folded clothes, the incredible distances traveled, or the lack of tracks. This has led to a wide range of theories, each more unsettling than the last. Some researchers point to undiscovered geological or atmospheric phenomena. Could there be naturally occurring portals or pockets of space-time in these remote areas? Could infrasound, a low-frequency sound below the level of human hearing, be generated by wind and terrain, causing disorientation, fear, and hallucinations? These are intriguing possibilities, but they don't fully explain all the recurring details, like the specific victim profiles or the neatly placed clothing. The consistency of the events across vast geographical areas and over many decades suggests a factor that is more than just random, chance, or simple misadventure. It points towards something with a pattern, a method, and perhaps even an intelligence. The sheer volume of these cases, meticulously documented and cross-referenced, presents a chilling tapestry of the unknown. These national parks, places we visit for recreation and to connect with nature, may hold a secret that is far older and stranger than we can comprehend. They are realms where the familiar rules of our world seem to bend and break, where people can step off a trail and into a complete void, leaving behind nothing but questions and a profound sense of unease. The silence from official agencies on these patterns is also deafening. Despite the clusters and bizarre commonalities, these cases are almost always treated as isolated incidents, with no official acknowledgement of the broader phenomenon. Is this because they have no answers? Or is it because the truth is too disturbing for the public to handle? The mystery of missing 411 forces us to confront the possibility that we are not entirely masters of our domain. That within the serene beauty of the wilderness, there are forces at play that we do not understand and cannot control. These stories serve as a stark reminder that some corners of the map are still marked "Here be dragons," and that when we venture into the wild, we may be stepping into a world with its own ancient and inscrutable rules. The woods are deep, dark, and full of secrets, and sometimes they don't give people back. What do you think is happening to these people? Are we dealing with an unknown predator, a natural phenomenon, or something else entirely? If you find these mysteries as fascinating as I do, be sure to subscribe to my channel Infinitonial for more explorations into the unexplained.